Okay, good afternoon. This is Mr. Rongan. I'm going to offer a lecture on ICT, more especially for students that are doing introduction to ICT, which is theory. Now, this subject, ICT, comprises of two parts, which is the ICT theory and also the ICT practical, which are going to look at Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. But first, we are going to concentrate on the ICT theory, of which today we'll look at information technology, principles, practices, and opportunities. So now let's begin by defining some of these terms. What is information technology? It's a term used to refer to a wide variety of items, abilities used in the creation, storage, and dispersal of data and information. It is also a term that is used to describe technologies that enables us to record, store, process, retrieve, transmit, and receive information. In three main components are computers, communication networks, and the node. So the figure below shows the primary components of information technology. What are these primary components? The first one is computers, which comprises of the hardware, programs, software, and information. And communication is hardware, programs, and information as well. And the know-how, talking about the people, applications, and the procedures. So this is what makes quite the forces of information technology. There are three: computers, communication, and the know-how. So now, information technology continues with some definitions. In information technology, you find terms such as data, information, and knowledge. So what is data? Okay, these are streams of raw facts, figures, details, representing events occurring in organization or physical environment before they have been organized and arranged into a form that people can understand and use. What about information? Information refers to an organized, meaningful, and useful interpretation of data. Data that has been shaped into a form that is meaningful and useful to human beings as a receiver. So the receiver determines whether this is data or information. What about knowledge? Knowledge is the awareness and understanding of the set of information and how that information can be put to the best use. So simply put, it is the application of information in an organization or as on the personal basis. Okay. Now let's look at the many components of information technology, which are the computers first. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic system that can be instructed to accept, to process, to store, and present data and information. So computers comes in four sizes. What are these sizes? Microcomputers, mid-range computers, mainframe, and supercomputers. What is a microcomputer? As the name suggests, micro, very small. So a relatively compact type of computer that most commonly or easily outsells the other types of computers annually for use in business and at home. Yes, because they are very small, affordable, and can be accommodated and owned by an individual. So 5 types of microcomputers we have. We have desktop computers, we have laptops, tablets, personal digital assistants, or palm top computer, the one that can fit on the palms. All these are micro computers. What about a mid-range computer or mainframe computers? They're a bit old, they don't exist anymore. These were the computers that were very big in size, and they needed more processing power and ventilation for them to stay afloat. They lacked graphical interface, and also they were not user-friendly because they only had the black screen and the command-driven operating system. But they were able to do what that time people needed. And we have supercomputers, which are very powerful. They look like mainframe in terms of size, but they operate as microcomputers in terms of internal designs and the components that are there. So these supercomputers are basically used in engineering, workstations, where sophisticated processing is required. Okay, so computers, they've got also hardware, they've got programs and software. So hardware, we're talking about anything that is physical, that you can see and touch. It's called hardware. Program is just a set of instructions that direct a computer to perform certain tasks. Then software is a general term that we use for all programs that a computer uses. So we can say, in other words, mathematically speaking, you can say software is a superset of the program. The program is a subset of them. Software. What about a system? A system is a set of components that interact to accomplish a purpose. For example, education system, there are so many components that work together to achieve a particular task. So as we discuss information system, we're looking at a set of interrelated components, processes, stores, and distribution of information to support decision-making, control in organization. So information systems helps managers and workers to analyze problems, visualize complex objects, and create new components. This is an example of a computer information system. Okay, take a look at it closely. You see there are so many integrated components that are working to achieve one thing. Okay, so this is the business information system. Right. Let's move to another force of information technology, which is communication networks. Communication, as we know it, is sending and receiving of data and information over a communication network. So a communication network consists of physical devices, software, information situated at different locations and linked together as a system that transmits and receives data and information. So data communication is a transmission of data and information through the communication medium, which are networks, of course. What about the third pillar of information? Is the know-how, is that capability to do something well. So information technology is as good as the user's know-how. What does this mean? If you're ignorant, you're blank, okay, you don't have anything, okay, any use information regarding information technology, you'll be given a very powerful gadget for ICT, you underuse it. You won't use it to the most effective possible way. So you need to know how to use the technology for the technology to do what you want effectively. So you must know how to exploit, take advantage of the opportunities this technology creates. Imagine someone has a computer, and on the computer you can calculate big numbers very fast, and you don't know how to use it. You have it in your office, but every time you calculate on paper, you find that that machine becomes useless. But if you know how to use the computer, the work becomes very, very easy. That's why you have to have the know-how. So information technology know-how consists of, one, familiarity with the tool. You need to know the tool very well. Possession of the skill needed to use these tools, have the skill, and an understanding of when to use IT to solve a problem or create an opportunity. Otherwise, if you don't know, you might use the computer or tablet to prepare food, which is quite a wrong thing, of course, for ICT. Principles of information technology, functions of information technology. So information technology's great usefulness is as an aid in solving problems, unlocking creativity, making people more effective than they would if they did not apply IT to their activities. Yes. It performs 6 information handling functions. What are these? Data capture. We call them data processing methods. It's a process of compiling detailed records of activities that will be used later. Processing entails converting, analyzing, computing, and synthesizing all forms of data information. For example, data processing, we transmit data into information, right? Information processing transforms any type of information into different type of information. Word processing, creation of text-based document. Image processing, processing of visual information, like camera. Then voice processing, transforming and transmitting of spoken information from the microphone and transmitted via media. Then generation is the process of organizing information into useful form, whether as numbers, text, sound, or image. Sometimes we call it data preparation. Then data storage is the computer process of retaining information on storage media for future use. Then retrieval is a process by which a computer locates and copies stored data or information for further processing for transmission to another user. So this transmission is a process, computer process of distributing information over a communications network. Data and information is set from one location to another. So these are the 2 common forms of transmission that we can use. We can use the email, we can use the voice messaging, or voicemail. All these can be applied, as you can see on this right up here. Okay, so functions of information technology in summary: you capture, you process, you generate, you retrieve or store, and transmit that information to admin. Okay? What are the benefits of information technology? Speed, consistency, precision, and reliability. We cannot actually mention ICT benefits without talking about speed. Speed is one of the most important reasons why information technology was invented, as you can see from here. Another benefit is consistency. Computer excel at repeating actions exactly and consistently. Not today, imagine you deposit 2,000 in your bank account, the next day you find there's 200. The following day there's 300. The third day there's 0. Then there's no consistency. That kills the purpose, it kills the principle of IT. So consistency maintains data as well as going to people. Precision, computers are extremely precise. They can detect minute differences that people can see. For example, the precise placement of the carpet as directed by the computer may make the difference between long use and daily wear. It is very difficult for human being to identify. Reliability. In general, computers are very reliable, dependable, with speed, consistency, precision, comes reliability. Right? So in summary, these are the benefits of information technology. 1, speed. 2, consistency. 3, precision, and guarantee or reliability. Right? Now, what are the opportunities of information technology? Information technology provides many opportunities to help people to solve problems. Helping people. Information technology has the potential to improve society, the way we do things, the way we communicate, the way we handle certain things. We become more efficient with ICT as opposed to paper-based or traditional means of doing things. Solving problems how? A problem is the perceived difference between an existing condition and a desired condition. That's how we define a problem. So before I attain what you want, what is in between before I attain what you want? All those are problems. Like, for example, we want to graduate. So we've got problems of writing tests, assignments, passing all the exams until you get to the final graduation. So computer helps to solve problems without difficulties. Okay, it helps to give you solutions to so many problems that you have and to give you alternative solutions quickly. So information technology presents many opportunities to help people identify and solve problems. That fact you can't run away from. Information technology is all around us, improving our lives. So what should we do? How do they improve our lives? So information technology is everywhere. For example, television is ICT. Education, online education is ICT. Training, many companies train using internet, is ICT. Entertainment, you are able to get this lesson, okay, on YouTube channel. It is also ICT. Shipping, people can track their products, know where the products are anywhere in the world. It's ICT. So our lives are affected in all these areas we are talking about. So we cannot run away from the fact that we are in the information age. So the responsibilities of using information technology. There are three fundamental assumptions in ICT. Be informed. That is, users must know how computers and networks can be applied in different situations and the capabilities and limitations of IT in those situations. Making proper use of ICT, users must take responsibility for employing IT in desirable and ethical ways that help people and do not infringe on their privacy rights and well-being. We need safeguarding. Users must take responsibility for protecting data, information that are in computer and or transmitted over a network against intentional or accidental damage. So these are our responsibilities. We must be well informed, make proper use of ICT in an ethical way, and protect information. Otherwise, ICT can become a disadvantage to us. So in summary, what have we discussed? We have discussed that information technology describes technologies that enable us to record, store, process, retrieve, transmit, and receive information. Information technology enables us to build effective information systems. Without the sensible application of information technology, we run the risk of being inefficient and productive and losing business to firms with better systems. So the primary purpose of information system is to acquire data and process it into useful and timely information that will assist in decision making. Okay. The raw material from which we produce information is data. We must process the data in some way to produce required information. For example, payroll system. In a payroll system, we need to calculate how much to pay each employee. The data variable is the employee's name, the pay rate, the hours worked, deductions, allowances. The information required is the pay slip, as we can see from here. Okay, so the data are the employee name, the hours, these which are not yet processed. Then you process using the payroll program. What you get as information are the pay slips. It's a very good example to distinguish between data and information. So people, don't forget this critical example. Okay, what goes up must come down. So we have just looked at the principles of information technology and how it affects our life. So look out for the second lecture. We'll discuss more regarding the information technology. Thanks very much.